Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is well. It's really snowy here. It's really nice. Everything's like white and glowy and quiet and pretty, which is good. Come and say hi if you're here. I know it takes a little time for the delay to catch up. Sorry, my iPad is falling over. Clonk. You can see it's just here. Let me make sure my mic's in the right place. Hi. Right. These are the I've got salt all over it. This is the painting I did the other day. Just adjust the camera a little bit. It's got knocked. It's better. But yeah, this is the painting I did the other day. When does I do that? Wednesday morning? Wednesday live? Hi Mandy! Yes, we've got snow. We've got like 4 or 5 inches of snow. About that deep. That's more than 5 inches, isn't it? How deep's that? That must be like, I don't know, how long is this? Must be like, oh, I don't know, I haven't got a ruler. It's nice. It's very snowy. Morning, Lisa. Yeah, 4 or 5 inches is about that big. Yeah, we've got about, yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, hi Chloe. Hello. Chloe girl, Gems. I will keep you calling you Gems. No snow down there, no. Looks like 8, yeah, probably 8 inches. That's probably about right. 5 sort of there. 8, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good with inches. Maybe I should say like 20 centimetres, 25 centimetres, something like that. Hello, hello, hello. Right, yeah, this is what I did the other day. I still haven't scanned it in. I'm just going to throw it over there. Hear it fall on the floor. Have you seen my pictures of my studio? I don't know if I put them, I know I put them on my Patreon. On the, you've got like, on Patreon there's like it's a bit like stories, isn't it? I need to change my glasses. I've got the wrong glasses on, so I can't see everything. Hang on. I know I brought them down with me. There we go. I've lost my varifocals, which is really annoying, so I have to keep changing glasses. I've lost 2 pairs. God knows where they are. Well, that's why I said that was 8 inches. Shh. Right, I got this book of birdies. I thought I'd buy paint some birds this morning. We went there's this really nice lake I like walking around, and I think I might do a blue tip this morning. And did I just say that out loud? Shh. No, you were completely mishearing me, Mel. Didn't say anything. Right, yeah, so shh, I'm going to do a blue tip. Oh, you have to have a giggle, don't you? Life's too short not to. This is Saunders Waterford 100% cotton. I don't like cotton paper. There's something about, and I had this discussion yesterday, on Wednesday, didn't I, about cotton paper and how I changed my water. Sorry, I'm going to cough. I'm trying to cough away from the thing. The schools are still running because people are still going to school. Up here, people don't. If it's down in Sussex, you have like that much snow and it's a snow day and people don't go. I mean, Steve's driven to work this morning and he's made it. So, I don't know. There's kids at the bus stop waiting for the bus, as normal. Throwing snowballs. I expect one to be thrown at my window, so if you hear a clonk, I'll probably get one at my window. Anyway, yeah, let's paint a what do you call it? A blue tip. I was just staring out the window then, getting like distracted. This is my palette. It's really heavy. I'm sorry I can't get it in shot, but I mean you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if it's a little bit dark here. I have got my lights on, but it's snowing, so it's a bit grey. Yeah, so I've got mostly Daniel Smith and Winsor & Newton in here, with a few Van Gogh colours. Oh, and the what is it called? I've forgotten. That lavender, that really nice lavender colour, which is by that thing I can't say. This one, which I really like at the minute. By Holborn, whatever you like to say. Yeah. So let's start. I'm doing a blue tip first. They have yellow. I'm going to start with the yellow because my yellow gets covered in different colours otherwise. So let's just do its belly. You need a bigger screen. So I go by my measurements, Chloe. Holbein, thank you, Mandy. I just can't say things. That nail paper or whatever. I can never say that word. I think a lot of people like struggle. It's funny. That's Hands Are Yellow by Daniel Smith. See, I am remembering colours better because I know what's on my palette a bit more. The brush I'm using is a Sea White's Brighton Clancy Sable, and I went to buy one. I think I said this the other day. I went to buy one when I was there, when I was down in Sussex the other week, and they used to be £12, so I've got like 3 of them. But I thought, oh, I'll get myself a few more because I've been using them lately. I quite like them. And they put the price up to £40, and I'm like, how can they justify putting it up that much? I was like, no. I know most thingy brushes, sable brushes, are expensive, but I used to buy that one because it was nice and cheap. I'm just putting in the like bright colours. Hi, Helen. Snow in Leicestershire. Yeah, I'm in Durham, sort of not when. Near the sort of on the border of North Yorkshire and the Pennines, so the North Pennines. So I'm there, which is west. Yeah, west, the west side. Yeah, I know, Lisa. It's terrible, isn't it? It's like, how can you justify putting things up that much? It's just like, I don't know. Right, I'm going to smoosh this in a bit. That's his little blue head. I'm not going to do his... No, I'm not going to smoosh it in. This is Lunar Black by Daniel Smith. And I'm going to mix it with a bit of blue. Bit of... what's he call it? That dark blue colour. Deathrine blue. Because it's pretty... I'm just going to like... just do some... little letting the colour run in. This is like, the paper's dry but the paint's wet, so it's on dry paper but wet. On wet paint. Oh gosh, I'm so good at explaining things. I think I need to provide a Mitsi dictionary for my words I come up with sometimes. So this is just a brown colour, which burnt umber. And just add in some, just give it his little wing so he can fly away if he wants to. And then I'm going to also put in his little foot. Are they feet or claws? I don't know, feet. Let's give him Sorry, I just licked my brush. An illustrated dictionary, or would it be a thesaurus of Mitsi words? I don't know, I'm not that bad, am I? I just forget things. I'm at that age when you start forgetting things. And you make words up. It's like the lady from the Vicar of Dibley. I've forgotten her name. She used to like make snail and marmite cakes and things like that. And she used to make up words. My mum went through that. She called concentrated like dishwashing powder, she called it constipated once. That was funny. We never let her forget that. Bird eye. This comes, I'm just trying to get his like little beacon. I'm be very delicate this morning on that. It must be like the influence of the delicate snow. It's easy. You just put a little blobs in shapes and join them together, and you make a painting. That's his little beak. They have little beaks, so I'm not going to do it too big. And I'll put his eye in later when it's dry. It sort of goes there. I'm always weird about doing bird eyes. Oh, thank you, Helen. I'm glad I'm inspiring you. This is why I like coming on and doing live things. And it's like inspiring people to paint is a good thing in my book. Do his tail. His tail's a bit more defined. I'm never quite sure how to. There. That's right. I'll put a bit of brown on his beak as well. Like this. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay in today. I don't have to go anywhere. Well, I was supposed to go to see my friend Matty, but he lives up higher, which is I was measuring. No, I was going on the website to see how high above sea level I am. Here where I am, it's 106 meters above sea level, and where my friend lives, he is I just sprinkled a bit of salt on there. He is 365 meters above sea level, and I reckon that he's got more snow than me this morning. Right, there's my little bird. Should I do another one? I might do what's on the page next. This is the book I'm using. I'll show you. It's a nice book. It's old. I got it from the charity shop. The charity shops are good, or thrift stores, we call them in America, don't you? It's got lots of birds. I was going to do a cormorant, but they're quite ugly. But I kept seeing them the other day. Or a shag. That's a cormorant. But look how ugly they are. I might do. I don't know. I like the little birdies, the dicky birds as they call them. So I might do a marsh tit this side. That I've got here. We're painting tits this morning. And I might do a nuthatch as well, because I saw one of those the other day. I didn't see a marsh tit. Great tit, willow tit. I saw one of these, a coal tit. It's quite nice to paint. I might paint him actually. It's nice subtle colours, and my feeling's subtle. I don't often paint subtle colours, do I? Put them down here. That's high, Melanie. You get loads of snow there, though, don't you? We're don't get loads of snow, really. Especially down south of England, there's hardly ever, and it's always exciting when it comes, but everything stops down there. If there's snow, everyone's like, oh look, there's a centimetre of snow, everything's closed, the roads are all closed and everything. But Scotland way, they get more snow, don't they? So, this is Cascade Green I'm just putting on here. Yeah, those observer books are great, aren't they? I like them. Now he goes into like a grey colour here. I'm just wetting the paper. I like to do that thing where if you wet the paper, because I don't draw, I sort of wet the paper where I want the paint to go, and then you can't really make mistakes. It's like drawing. Drawing with your paintbrush. We'll do it really lightly, like in a light colour. See, this should be darker, but I'm just doing it light first because I want to get the shape of his little head that comes around like that. I've been quite precise today, aren't I? Ooh. I went to video in the snow to send to my sister, because my niece loves the snow, and to my granddaughter, and I slipped over. So you go outside and there's a big hole in the snow where I fell over. Lucky it was on the grass. I was like, oh, so clumsy. Cascade green, it's lovely, isn't it? It goes into like lovely blues and yellowies. Oh, it's just really nice. It's by Daniel Smith, if anyone's interested. Yeah, I think I've done him a bit wrong, but never mind. Not all birds look the same, do they? They're like people. They have similar traits, but they don't look the same, do they? And it's not good to directly copy something anyway, because this is someone's illustration. So I'm just using it as inspiration and making up my own bird. Which does look like a Coltec, but it should have a bigger head. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about all the colours smooshing. Smooshing is the way to call it. In either. He's got a bit. I don't know what I've done here. I've done him bigger. I don't know. Let's give him some legs, and he might look. Then I can get him in proportion. I think as long as you get them sort of in proportion. I'm not going to do claws. They have like big claws, don't they? Birds, they have like really spiky feet. It's not good. There we go. There we are. And then I'm just going to add some, let's drop in a bit of water. I'm going to add a bit of bleach into his belly because it should be whiter. What was I painting? It's a Coltec. Oh. Let's put a bit of bleach there because I like that. And I like the way that green's gone here. I'm just going to drop a bit more green. It's gone really blue. It started off green and now it's gone blue. It's lovely how it changes colour. You can't control what colour it's going to change to, I don't think. So I'm just putting a little bit here and there, and then I'm going to put some lunar black in because it's called a Coltec because he's got like a head like a lump of coal. That's what I'm saying anyway. I have to leave a little gap for his eye. Which is about here. My brush has lost its point. I'm just going to try and paint. I know that it's wet and it's all going to smoosh in, but you can sort of control where it goes. I'm not being very loose, am I? Normally I paint really loose, but I think coming to birds and then I paint them really precisely. These will probably end up on a pattern amongst flowers and things, hopefully. Anyway, everything's starting to get back to normal now after COVID and all the restrictions and stuff, so businesses are starting to travel and stuff, which is good. Good for me, anyway. I'm just getting a pencil. Which one should we get? I like these aqua grip pencils, isn't it? Yeah, by Faber-Castell. I think they're really nice. Look how nice and granulated that's gone. It's really nice. I'll hold it up in a minute, and I'm just going to I think it's funny when I say that. It sounds like a gnu. Going to drawing. I'm not really drawing with the pencil. I'm sort of dragging the paint around. Good morning, Janelle. 2 in the morning. Yay! Oh, thanks, Manny. I didn't see that. Yeah, the cotton paper. I suppose it makes the paintings look nicer. I don't know. It's just getting used to it because, like I said before, I liked the way you can lift off colour, but I'm not lifting off colour as much in this because it doesn't lift off as much. Maybe I should try some more different types of cotton paper again, like arches, or however you say it. This is wing. It hasn't really need to. I'm going to blot this because there's a pool of water there, so I'm just going to blot it. It's probably where I drop the bleach, and it's still really wet. So I'm just going to drop in a bit more brown for his wing, because you can't see where his wing is anymore. It's going to smoosh in, but I'm just sort of doing feather shapes. Well, what I call feather shapes anyway. There, I think he's done. And I'll finish off his eye later when it's dry, same with that one. I'll show you the granulation. It's my zoom. There. See how the Cascade Green's granulated. It's really nice. Luna Black's a granulating colour as well, which I really like. Yeah, he's quite cool. I'm going to turn my paper around. It's all going to run the other way. It's still really wet. I'm going to turn my paper around. So I've got Fabrino. I haven't tried that one. Yeah, this isn't bright white. It's quite creamy. And I think that's what I like about this. This is Bockingford. You can see the difference in colour. You can see how white this is, and I like the whiteness of it. It makes the brights brighter. The bright's brighter and the white's whiter. Everything always looks a bit dull in the thing. Let's do a great tit here. They've got similar colours to that one and that one mixed together. So I'm going to use Cascade Green again because it's just really nice. I'm going to start off with his yellow. Oh, his green. Tummy. I'm going to have to block my yellow. I have trouble keeping my yellow. Sorry, I just spat everywhere. I have trouble. I'll put my teeth back in. I have trouble keeping my yellows yellow. So if I'm ever going to paint with yellow, I always try and do that first. So these birds are going to be all over the place. So let's just pop in his little yellow belly. This is a great tit. I don't know, do you have these birds in America? I don't know, maybe not. They have different birdies. And then he's got like a... You can draw if you're going to... Ooh, didn't want that to happen. I want to keep my yellow yellow. Blot it away. I won't try not to touch that. You can, if you're a bit worried about just going in with a colour, you can draw it first if you want. But I don't like pencil lines on my paintings. It's just a personal thing. So I don't tend to draw. And then sometimes when you've got, I know you can rub the, I'm just going to suck that up a bit because it's going to drip. I know you can rub out the pencil lines, but sometimes when you paint over the top, they don't always sorry, I'm trying to concentrate and talk at the same time. It's something I'm having trouble this morning. What was I saying? Pencil lines. Sometimes when you paint over the top of them, you can't rub them out. I found that several times on things. So it doesn't. He's got like brown here as well. This is his wing. Oh, it's all gone nice and granularly. It's nice. It's got like a bluey bit. I'm going to use that. What I was trying to say this morning. How do you say it again? Mainly Holbein, lavender, which is really nice colour. And that's it there. It makes like a nice shadowy grey colour. It's quite nice for his tail actually. Right, let's put in the dark for his head, and then you can see the shape of him a bit better. He's got like, I'm going to let that smudge in a bit to the yellow because I want it to look a bit wet into wet, and all the colours bleed in. It looks nice. And then his head comes around like this. And then his throat, which is sort of like that. So if I've heavy breathing, if you can hear me go, it's a horrible habit I've got when I'm concentrating. I breathe really deeply. I was talking about this the other day, like what people do when they concentrate, and some people, I had sore lips because I licked my lips a lot as well because I was concentrated on something the other day, and I was like, oh god, I've got sore lips. And I was thinking, yeah, and I do that deep breathing thing. My sister pointed that out to me. I'm just gonna see, you can't lift the colour off. And it's got a lovely like bluey colour. It's really nice. That cascade. Oh, it's nice. It's a nice colour. Let's put his legs in, and then you can see how he is. I'm not quite sure about this. Hi, Mark. Hi, Anne-Marie. Gosh, everyone's here today. It's nice. We just need Charlie Farley to come along. This guy's sitting and he's got his feet up here. He's like on the edge of a tree. It looks weird. It's got weird feet. I'm gonna have to put in like the tree, barky tree, so you sort of know what he's doing, because that just looks weird. Let's give him a bit of a brown beak. He's got like a longer beak than the rest of the birdies. This one has anyway. Drop it. So, and I'll put his eye in later when it's all dry. Oh, thank you, Mog. Thank you, Anne-Marie. It's like going back a few years of the people here. Oh, when did I start doing my lives? Was it It was lockdown, wasn't it? I was looking like how many live paintings I've done. There's like, I've put some of them to private, but if you want to look back at paintings and things, I've got over 400 live paintings up. And I did sort of do one nearly every day for a year, didn't I? I'm just scratching into that. So that's that guy. What's the time? Oh, it's 8 o'clock. It's time for me to go. But I might just do one more. Let's do one more. What should I do? I've done the blue tip, done the marker. Oh, I was going to do the nuthatch because here's a nuthatch. Oh gosh, I just dropped my flippy flop. The flippy floppy brush wants to make an appearance. Get back in there. Yeah, so I'm going to do a nuthatch. See, this bird was on a sort of tree that came down here. Let's put the tree in, and then I can. Oh no, I might put the tree in after I've done the nuthatch, because I'm going to do the nuthatch here, and he can be walking down the thing. Now I'm going to use for my nuthatch. I'm going to use Naples yellow. I'm just thinking about the colours. Naples yellow by Van Gogh on the red shade, and then I'm going to put in a bit of that lavender by Holbein. And I was just reading what Melanie said about I helped keep everyone sane. I think it helped me keep sane as well, because it was after what happened as well. And also thinking, yeah, that Holbein lavender with a bit of Cascade green in it, and see what happens. I'm going to put that mixture up first. Cascade green and lavender. I wonder what that will look nice colour, because it's sort of a bluey grey, this nuthatch. And I'm going to do is, see me doing this, I'm just trying to work out where he's going to go. Just plop in a bit of colour first. That's a really nice colour. I like painting him upside down, it's weird. That's his head. Thank you, Marge. It'll be better when the clocks go. When do the clocks change? So it'll be an hour. They changed it at Easter time, don't they? So I don't know if that makes a difference. I know it's an awkward time, but I like painting at awkward times. And then if I paint in the morning, it sort of sets me up for the whole day, and I feel like I've accomplished something, which is sometimes a good thing when you work for yourself. You need to have, like, oh gosh, I've got a fat nuthatch. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Sunday spring forward. Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that Facebook group. We have got a Facebook group for people who watch my live paintings in the morning. If anyone's interested, I've forgotten what it is. Is it Flippy Floppies or something? You have to remind me. I'm not sure if yeah, I've forgotten about that. There's so many like Facebook groups and things, sometimes it just gets a bit much, but yeah. That's his eye. Yeah, I need to stop licking the brush. Especially when you've got like bleach in the painting. It's not good. Right, that's his head down there. Sorry, I'm sticking my head in. I'll have to look up the Facebook group again. I'd forgotten. It's called Flippy Floppy. I forgot what it's called. Mrs. Blotting and her Flippy Floppies. Is that? It's when I used to use my flippy floppy brush that wanted to make an appearance, and I used to blot a lot. Blotting paper. Yeah. I don't seem to use, well, I do. Again, maybe it's something to do with this paper. I don't think I got the shape right of this bird. I think he needs a darker thing. This is blotting and her flippy floppies, that's it. I'll have to put a link to that on my blurb, because then you can add pictures if you do try any of my live paintings and things, or tutorials. It should be good. I don't know what this last bird has appeared in a weird shape, but as I said before, all birds come in different shapes, don't they? They're not all exactly the same, just like everybody else. So I'm using my artistic license to maybe if I put his feet in, he looks like a narwhal. I've painted a nuthatch narwhal for let's put his legs in. He's got like weird legs. He's got really long toes. Did birds have toes, or they're called claws? That way and here. Oh, it stopped snowing. And I'm just going to drop a bit of that really nice colour here, even though he hasn't got that colour there, but I just want it to join up. And a bit here. Let's do a bit of this, because he's got a wing that comes here, and I haven't shown his wing very well. You hear a noise, it's my son. I think he's just ventured out of bed. He's not been too good, bless him. He's struggling a bit at the moment with life and such. He's split up with his girlfriend and everything's all changed. He doesn't handle change very well. There, and let's do a little bit of yeah, I think it's alright. It looked better when I put his eye in. Don't blame me, Mark. What are you still doing up? Yeah, I need to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to put their eyes in. But I think I'm. Let me just put the tree in. That might help with like the way the birds are on this. Oh, don't splash it everywhere. It just sort of looks like a bit of a tree. I'm sure he'll be alright. He's I think it's because it's a lot of life changes, like college finishing and like the next step in your life, isn't it? What you're going to do. He's like taking a year out, but he's still going back to try and get his maths and English, because he has difficulty with things like that. Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm going to leave that like that. So they're all around the wrong way. And I'm going to put their eyes in when they're dry, because I don't want their eyes to splodge, because splodgy eyes are just not good. Anyway, I'm going to I'll put the Flippy Floppies Facebook group up in the links. I'll add it to them. So oh, thank you, Minnie. Right. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you like this, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I will show you this finished when I've finished it on next time I'm live, which will be next Wednesday, And think about joining my Patreon if you haven't already. The links are all down there. We've been painting lots of daffodils and tulips and spring things, and I think I'm next week, Patreon lovely people, we'll be painting lambs and chicks and things like that. So I'm going for animals. I don't know, I quite like painting animals, but yeah, anyway. Thank you everyone for joining me, and yeah, have a good weekend everybody. And now I've got to walk over to my computer to turn it off. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.